morning, students and distinguished guests. This morning, we welcome Professor Beutler, 2011 Nobel Laureate for Medicine, as part of the partner with the International Peace Foundation's 5th event series, Bridges Dialogues Towards a Culture of Peace, to AIS. We are absolutely thrilled to have you with us here today, and we do consider this a wonderful opportunity for our students to hear you speak. My name is Fiona Johnston. I'm the acting head of the secondary school, and I would now like to pass over to Andre Casson, who is our principal of AIS, to formally welcome you.
Good morning, staff, students, and invited guests. Today we are joined by esteemed American immunologist and geneticist, and of course Nobel Laureate, Professor Bruce Beutler. Through our partnership with the International Peace Foundation, Bridges Dialogues Towards a Culture of Peace series, a number of Nobel Laureates will come to our school to speak and interact with our students. This is an opportunity that is something about which we are very, very proud here at AIS. And it's really a chance for our students to see excellence in reality. Today, as I mentioned, we are joined by Professor Beutler. Professor Beutler's accomplishments include his discovery into important family receptors that allow mammals to sense infections that occur, triggering a powerful inflammatory response. For this work, he received the 2011 Nobel Prize for Medicine. Professor Beutler's work has assisted many people with such diseases as rheumatoid arthritis and the prevention of infectious diseases such as cancer and other inflammatory diseases. Currently, Professor Beutler serves as the Director of the Centre for Genetics and a host of defence at the University of Technology Southwestern Medical Centre. He continues to be an influential voice in the field of immunology throughout the world. It's our great pleasure to welcome Professor Beutler to AIS today, and I invite him to lecture to say a few words.
Really is a pleasure to come and talk to you. I understand a lot of you are interested in science, and perhaps you'll make a career of science. And I can tell you a little bit about my own story, why I did, why I loved that kind of life, why I hope some of you at least will go very far in science. And at the same time, one of the main things I have to tell you is the most important thing is that you do what you like doing. It's in science or in some completely different area. If you don't enjoy what you do, then do something else. Don't just moan and groan about it. No choice that you make is likely to be irreversible. And the worst thing you can do is to sit and agonize about what am I going to do with my life? What kind of career am I going to have? You have to experiment. You have to see what you enjoy doing, what you're good at. What gives you satisfaction. In my own case, the choice came very easily. I grew up in Southern California. I found that I was interested in nature at an early age. And by that I mean at 7 or so. By that time I knew I wanted to be a biologist. I'm not exactly sure how that came about. I remember enjoying family trips to national parks. I remember being very fascinated by the fact that some forms of matter were incorporated into living things, and that life had the power to assimilate non-living molecules, making them part of itself, assembling living creatures really without any obvious external help. And I thought that was just the most miraculous thing that one could try to learn about. When I was 11 or 12, my brother, an older brother, gave me a book that was written by James Watson called Molecular Biology of the Gene. He was already starting college, and I was a bit behind, but very much interested in those questions, as I told you. And molecular biology was a new science then, really just starting to dawn. And the book by that title seemed to go into exactly the sort of questions I was interested in. So I read it from cover to cover. It took me quite a while to really did begin to understand some of the basic principles of heredity at that time. And I won't say that I completely got it about genetics, which is the core of my professional life now, but it was a way of being introduced to it. And as you all know, in education you do go over things again and again, and they seem to make much more sense as time goes on. I had a father who was a scientist, a very distinguished scientist. He was also a physician. His name was Ernest Beutler. He was a hematologist, and he worked on diverse topics in hematology, and one could say beyond hematology. When he was quite young, he discovered the principle of exon activation. In mammalian females, one of the two X chromosomes or the other is inactivated at random in every cell. And so females, mammal females, are mosaics of tissue of X chromosome activity. That was a big discovery in the 1960s. He worked also on red cell enzymes, on leukemia, on lipid storage diseases, like Gaucher's disease and Tay-Sachs disease. And I had a huge amount in common with him. We had a lot of discussions about science, about evolution, about genetics at the dinner table almost every night. And it was natural for me to try to emulate him. I went to work in his laboratory when I was 14. I learned how to separate proteins, how to purify them, how to characterize enzyme activities. He suggested I should go to medical school, as he had done. And he gave a couple of reasons for that. He said that first of all, if you go, you'll get a very broad education about one organism, humans, and you'll learn about pathology, pharmacology, physiology. You'll understand how an animal works in such a way that you'll be prepared to work on anything in the way of scientific investigation. And he also said that if things don't work out for you in medicine, in science, then you can always fall back on being a doctor. And I agree with his first line of reasoning now that I'm mature, and I don't completely agree with his second one, because first of all, things did work out for me in science, and second of all, I think one shouldn't always be in the position of preparing to fail. Sometimes it even is a good thing to burn your bridges and to just go with all your energy in one direction. I did go to medical school. I found that what he told me was true. I learned a lot about how an organism works. And in some ways I enjoyed medicine, but in some ways not. I found that while it was rewarding at one level to treat patients and see them get better, also there is a lot of pain in medicine, a lot of emotional pain. It makes you conscious of your own mortality. You have to be very strong to be a physician and to deal with people who are really seriously ill at the time. I don't mean to discourage you. Some of you probably are very strong, but it wasn't exactly for me. And I loved more than medicine the task of doing experiments and learning things that were new. I liked the laboratory more than working in the clinic. I did a year of internship and a year of residency, and that was enough. And I decided then to go back and be a postdoctoral fellow, and I went to the Rockefeller University to do that. It was there that pretty early on, drawing on skills that I'd acquired much earlier in my life, I made a breakthrough in that I isolated an important protein called tumor necrosis factor. We called it by another name in those days, but it was an important molecule that could cause inflammation, and because of the way I isolated it, I realized that more than, let's say earlier than most people did. That led in turn to looking for molecules that would lead to TNF being turned on in cells. What the ultimate cause of inflammation was, as caused by microbial infection. And that led to the work where we isolated the receptor for bacterial endotoxin, a molecule made by all gram-negative bacteria that causes systemic inflammation and shock. And that led to the Nobel Prize. And I can tell you it took a lot of hard work. That's another thing. Not only should you aim to enjoy yourselves in what you do, but once you find out what you like to do, work very hard at it. You only get one chance. And I did work very hard. All of my laboratory worked hard on that project. For 5 years we worked more or less in the dark, looking for a molecule that we knew had to exist, but we didn't know exactly what it was. We tracked it down by tracing what part of the genome, the gene encoding the molecule must be in, and finally by finding that one gene and that one protein that acted as the receptor. That's genetics. It's starting with phenotype, with an abnormal animal in our case, and tracking down the cause. And I always found that that was something magical. And the wonderful thing about genetics, if you use that approach, is you don't really need to make any guesses about how a biological system works. You just let the organism tell you what's wrong by following what a mutation does. And that's one other little pearl of wisdom I'll give you. Maybe the most important thing I learned in all of my career is you should never try to dictate to nature. You should just listen to what it has to tell you, whether you do it by making hypotheses and earnestly trying to disprove them, or whether you do it by following a phenotype in the case of the genetic approach and finding what the key molecule is. Since the Nobel Prize, everything changed quite a bit for me, as it does for every Nobel. We get a lot more attention. We come to talk at high schools like this one. That's really part of the fun part of having a Nobel Prize. You get to speak to people you wouldn't otherwise speak to. You have the ear of many people. You can tell them what you think is important. And you often have a lot more support for your work. So in these last 3 years, we've worked to make genetics better than ever before. The time was that there were a lot of spontaneous mutations to follow, like that one that we followed where mice wouldn't respond to endotoxin, and we had to try to figure out why. Those have all been used up. They're all gone. Now if you want to do genetics, you have to create new phenotypes of your own. And what we do is to use a powerful chemical mutagen in mice. Make something like 60 or 70 changes in proteins throughout the genome. We give that to mice, we breed them to make these mutations homozygous, and then we screen thousands and thousands of mice for immune performance problems every year. And we developed a way to find the mutation almost instantaneously. That's what's really very new. In fact, very few people in the world know how that works, and only we do it. And it's our goal to destroy all of the genes in the mouse genome over a period of years and make a comprehensive list of every gene that's really critical for immune function. If you think about it, the immune system as a machine, it's a very complicated machine. And we ourselves are each even much more complicated machines, much more. As a biologist, I've always been a mechanist. I think all biologists are mechanists. They all believe what I just told you. And it's our task to figure out how the machine works. Finding all the parts of the machine, that's what really excites me these days. I love to go to work every day. There's a high likelihood that I'll see a new phenotype that no one has ever seen before. That's probably what I love most about science, is the exploratory character. We're a lot like geographical explorers, and I don't know if it's possible to see a part of the Earth that nobody has ever seen before, at least on the surface of land. Perhaps so. But it's definitely possible to see new biological phenomena that nobody has seen before. And it's definitely possible to think about them in a new way that no one has ever thought about before, to have the insight to see how different parts of the machine might fit together. That's a wonderful life. And I'd love to talk to you more about it, but you'll have to prompt me by asking me questions. And so I'm going to turn it all over to you at this point. And I don't know your names, so you should somehow call attention to yourselves. Raise your hands. Here's a question. A brave person.
So to this day, because you said you're working with manufacturing lines, right?
That's correct.
So to this day, kind of how many, you said you were trying to develop a comprehensive list. How big is that list? And how big does it look like it's going to become?
Well, in the mouse, there are 22,804 genes. At least that was the number a few months ago. I think that's changed a little bit. I keep that in mind because it's the denominator we use, and we try to calculate how many genes there are for immune performance. We don't have to destroy all of them to make an estimate of that number. And let me qualify it a little more. We can't look at every aspect of immunity. It's just too much. But we look at the ability to make an antibody response to certain antigens administered in a certain way. We look at innate immune performance. We test to see whether the mice can respond to a virus, viral infection. Maybe we're looking at a quarter of all immune processes or something like that. It's just a wild guess. We know that as of this month, we have destroyed 15% of all genes while keeping them under observation and looked at the mutations 3 times or more in the homozygous state. That's the nature of how we do things now. We really know up front what mutations we've made, and we know that even before we find the phenotype. We've found so far in those screens I told you more than 100 different genes that score. And on that basis, you might simply say, well, we divide by 15%. There must be more than 1,000 genes that are active. I think that's an underestimate, partly because we have to consider that we don't have absolute sensitivity in our screens. We can detect a little bit of deviance and not less than that. Also, there are some genes which can be targeted, but you knock them out and it's lethal, embryonic lethal. And you have to have a mutation that's just strong enough to create a phenotype, but not so strong that you don't get a mouse. There are lots of aspects to consider. Certainly the numbers in the thousands, and it may be, say, in the several thousand range that are needed to make a fully functioning immune system. A little bit long answer, but a very good question. And it's something I thought about constantly for years. How do we know how many critical genes there are? Here's a question. Oh, there's a question.
So you mentioned how important hard work is to your discovery and to science in general. My question would just be, to what extent do you think creativity plays a role in science, if at all?
It plays a huge role, and it does in many different ways. I'd say the most important thing in success is probably to see what's the important question, and to choose an undervalued question. That is what can be really the critical issue. And once you've thought of what the important question in your area is, you've focused on it and thought of a way to approach it, then you can succeed, albeit with a lot of hard effort usually. But that's all creativity. That's pure creativity. And in some instances, it's invention, which is something we should all aspire to. In a way, if you think about it, there's a certain inevitability of discovery in natural sciences. If there had been no Albert Einstein, we'd certainly know about relativity today. And the same applies to almost any discovery made more than 20 or 30 years ago. On the other hand, if there had been no Johann Sebastian Bach, we wouldn't have the Goldberg variations. That's invention. And that's something that has its place in science and is very important to make it a part of your repertoire.
I just wondered whether it is possible that one day this will be tested on humans or will be used in humans, and also how far away are you from developing that?
Well, some of the work that I did has been translated very fully into use in humans. Tumor necrosis factor inhibitors and antibodies that block TNF are used in rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, Crohn's disease, a lot of inflammatory diseases in humans that helped millions of people. When you find a molecule like that, often there's a role in blocking it. With the toll-like receptors, there's good reason to think that they're involved in autoimmune diseases. And one could inhibit them and perhaps have an effect on systemic lupus erythematosus, in the case of TLR7 especially. There are also other things that you can do knowing that there are TLRs. You can use them as a platform to develop vaccines, maybe more powerful vaccines than we've had in the past. And in the case of TLRs and also a lot of other proteins that we're discovering now by the genetic approach, almost every time we find a mutation in the mouse that creates an immune problem, whether it's over stimulation of the immune system or having an immune system that doesn't react well, there's a human out there that's just the same. In fact, there's probably a human out there with the very same change, the very same amino acid change, but at least a change affecting the same gene that creates a similar phenotype. Very common story.
Hi, I was just wondering what a normal day like in the lab entails.
A normal day in the lab, it's pretty variable, which is a nice thing. I get to work at about 7:45. I like to get up kind of early, and I come to the lab. I answer my emails. That may take a while. We have an electronic lab notebook system, and we also have a computational program that's running more or less around the clock to manage the volume of mutations that come in. And I'll look at what people have written during the preceding day and the night before, often answer them, because it's a very big group. There are 62 of us in all now in my lab, and we have to manage things that way. And I'll find a mutation that perhaps the postdocs have overlooked, and I'll write to them about it. Then I'll go into the lab and I'll talk to them about these things. I'll talk to my computational group and ask how things are going with the latest program that might help us to parse mutations even better than before. We have a group that does validation by knocking out genes or by making the exact change of a nucleotide that the mutagen created, but without any other mutations around. And I'll talk to them as well and see how their work is going. I'll find out how mouse production is coming along. You can tell I don't do much in the lab with my own hands anymore. And I had to give that up at some point, really pretty early on. I would say when I was an assistant professor 25 years ago, I found every time I tried to work in the lab, which I used to be very good at, I would get a phone call in those days before there was email, or I'd have to go somewhere out of town to give a lecture, and I'd come back and I'd find that things weren't where I left them, and finally I gave it up. But I'm very close to the work now, and it's no less exciting.
Would your discovery be seen as a set target, or would you say that it was found a bit accidentally?
No, it was a set target. The one where we're talking about, the one that won the Nobel Prize was as much a set target as Babe Ruth pointing to, I guess that would be left field, and then hitting the ball there. Because we set out to find the cause of failure to respond to LPS. Now, we didn't know what it would be, but we were absolutely fixated on that goal, and we didn't deviate from it for 5 years. We got very nervous at one point, too. There was a time when we explored about 90% of the region where we believed the gene must be, and we couldn't find any gene. And we thought, did we make a mistake in that area? Are we looking in the wrong area of the genome?
here. Where did you and where do you get your funding from for your lab?
Oh, almost all of my career I've gotten funding from the NIH. There were some years when I was a member of the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, which provided funding also. But now I would say, since the Nobel Prize, something new has happened. There is some community support for my work. People in Dallas contribute to UT Southwestern Medical Center, and in some cases directly to my laboratory. The work we do is very expensive. It costs millions of dollars per year. I won't say exactly how many because I'm a little embarrassed, but it is expensive work and it is difficult to get money. So I spend a considerable amount of my time writing grants to secure funding.
How were you back in school? Were you an A student?
In science, I'm not sure this is working. How is that? All right, like that. In science, in math, I was always a very good student. I was a pretty good student in humanities too. I always was a good writer, which is very important. Verbal ability is really important in science because it's a competition of ideas. You have to be persuasive, you have to speak quite clearly with people, convince them of what you're telling them, because we're all supposed to be skeptics. Anyway, I was a good student, but not outstanding. I had outstanding test scores, MCATs, but I did very well there. Well, I will say I barely got into medical school. I got into only one medical school out of 10 that I applied to or so. And had I not gotten into medical school, well, I probably would have just gone a different direction to be a scientist.
Hello. Hi. I guess this isn't specifically, well, in some ways it's related to your field, but it's a more general question. In light of, for example, the recent anti-vaccination protests and movements in the USA, how do you think more people can encourage scientific literacy within society of particularly important topics such as immunology?
You know, it's a really important question, and as you say, it isn't exactly my field, but it's everybody's field. And there's certainly a lot of other instances. You want to talk about that? So, maybe the question will. How about this again? Okay. I think science literacy is a very important issue for society. People can just look around themselves and they see the whole world was made by scientists and engineers. And in fact, in my own case, I have to confess, I don't understand really how my iPhone works, but I don't take it for granted. I at least marvel at it. I respect it. And I think that the energy and the intellectual talent that went into making such a device is just awesome. I think there has been a sort of a Luddite trend in society away from science, at least in some quarters, and the anti-vaccine movement is one example of that. Certainly there are others. We see them crop up from time to time. The only thing I can think of to address that is sort of a change probably to be made in education and probably at a very early level to point this out to people and to get them interested in science. Science, in my opinion, should be a very respectable position, a very respectable occupation, and not one that engenders suspicion or distrust. Really, what scientists do, at least the vast majority is to make the world a better place. And it's made a whole change in our species. This is something that I certainly do know. I'll ask you, what do you think was the median lifespan of a child born in England in the Victorian era, in the year 1860? Can you guess?
I would say
Median, not mean, but median. It was about 10 years of age. That was what the average child could expect. The median child. And by 10 years of age, half of children had died. And people did get a bit older. I think the mean lifespan would have been in the mid to late 30s. But take that simple fact and imagine what kind of world it was based on that alone. Consider how much cheaper life would have to be held if it was so improbable that you'd live to adulthood at all. Consider now that the median lifespan is about 80 in the UK, where this study was done. That was from Liverpool in the UK. So in a way, based entirely on human ingenuity, we've increased longevity, the median longevity, by about 8-fold. It's like we're a different species all of a sudden. That was all science. People ask, what can I do to boost my immune system? And the obvious answer is you can get vaccinated. That's what it's for. That's what really offers you protection, offers your children protection. And there's some suspicion about that, and about GMO, and about all kinds of new things that we see in the world that are not well founded in scientific fact.
You stated that you use mice in the lab. What do they have that other animals don't, and why do you use them?
Where am I speaking to? Okay, thank you. Why do we use mice is the question. We use mice because, number one, they are very similar to humans as a genetic tool. They're the very best to use. We could use fruit flies. We could use worms. But these are very distant by comparison to the mouse. And in the mouse, about 80% of all genes have a human ortholog, really an exact gene that's identical by descent, and vice versa. And 98% of genes have at least a homolog in humans. So if we find an immune problem in the mouse, it's very likely to be relevant to humans. That's why we use the mouse. If the question is, why don't we use computers or tissue culture or something like that, I'd love it if we could, but we really cannot. I also want to say, I am not an animal rights activist, but I love animals. And I'm very sensitive to causing any discomfort to animals, making them suffer. We absolutely try to minimize that in every way possible. I do it only because I think it's the only way to answer critical questions for human beings.
So what method do you actually use to explore the genotype?
And now where's the question? Okay, that's good. What we do is we sequence every grandfather of the pedigree. In other words, we start with a male mouse that has about 60 or 70 changes in coding sense, and we do whole exome sequencing because we know that if we make a phenotype, almost always it comes from a change in coding sense. And it's our goal to investigate all of the proteins. And even if intergenic mutations can cause a phenotype, sometimes we'll get phenotype by damaging genes themselves. Having done that, we breed the mice to make daughters, about 10 daughters per grandfather. And we cross the daughters to the grandfather, which is a pretty extreme form of inbreeding. And that leads to homozygosity for mutations in the G3 mice. Then is the magic trick. We have a way to genotype all of the mutations in the pedigree all at once in a single reaction vessel. cases, and then it's confirmed which mutation is causative by creating a substitution of just that site using CRISPR-Cas9 technology. Everyone know about that technology? That's one of the newest things. Surely a Nobel Prize will go for that one day. But these days, you can inject an egg with short guide RNAs, target a single nucleotide in the genome, change it to whatever you want, and you get a mouse that has only that change. That's something really incredible. It happens very quickly. It's much faster than the old gene knockout technology.
If you hadn't had a clue about science, where do you believe you'd be right now?
Oh, I think probably I would have become some kind of a naturalist. Because as I said, I started off just loving nature, loving hiking, birding, photography. And I would probably have become kind of a recluse writing about nature in the mold of 19th century people who did that kind of thing.
Carrying on with the mice, is there any ethical issues involved when dealing with them, and are there any protocols you need to follow?
There definitely are protocols, and there are a lot of ethical issues, restrictions on how mice can be used. Before we touch a mouse or even handle a mouse in the lab, everyone has to have training in how to do it properly. Any procedure to be performed on a mouse has to be approved by a committee, which has about 20 members, some of them members of the community, lay members of the community, some of them scientists, some veterinarians, and this is called the IACUC, the Institutional Animal Care Use Committee. And no deviation from approved protocols is allowed. And if people in my lab don't follow the protocol and consistently don't follow it, if I correct them, their privileges are revoked.
So you reached your initial aim and got a Nobel Prize. What's your next aim in the laboratory?
Well, I kind of alluded to that in a general way, that we'd like to understand immunity as a sort of machine. We do have in mind already certain targets, families of receptors that I probably won't go into detail about, that may be very important in immune responses, just as the toll-like receptors were. And we begin to see this because we're able to look so broadly at so many genes that we start to see their hits in certain classes of them. So I regard immunity still as a huge mystery. We think we know a whole lot about what makes an animal work, but I would say we know about 1/1000% of what it really takes to be alive, and of what it really takes for an immune system to function. And if we were to have this conversation 100 years from now and look back at what Professor Beutler was telling you then, you'd probably be laughing at how naive he was. Maybe I'm protecting myself from that by telling you how little we know, but I think there's just a huge amount.
Is there a psychological aspect to immunology, do you think there is?
There's a field known as neuropsychoimmunology or psychoneuroimmunology, and in some ways there clearly is. I don't want to overemphasize it too much because there's rather little known about it. But if you stress someone or an animal in a certain way, they make glucocorticoids to excess, and these have effects causing the lysis of lymphocytes. Stress can cause involution of the thymus. And this is true, usually it's seen in humans, let's say, who've had a motor vehicle accident and died a few weeks later as a result. Look at a child in that situation, they will have a big juicy thymus, not such conditions, the thymus shrivels up and is almost gone. And that's certainly going to cause some effect on immunity if you're not making T cells in adequate numbers from a young age. So there are environmental impacts. Your brain certainly is a transducer of all kinds of environmental things, and it can in some ways affect immunity, no doubt about it, but not that much is known.
Have you ever gained inspiration from anyone else which has influenced your studies?
Oh, tremendously, yes. One of the pieces of advice my dad gave me, and he was an inspiration of his own, certainly, but he told me to read a couple of books. One was called The Microbe Hunters by Paul de Graaf. Any of you read that? You can raise your hands. No? Well, I recommend it to all of you. It's a classic. And it tells the story of von Leeuwenhoek, who first saw microbes, and Pasteur and Koch, and how they began to realize that microbes cause disease, the battle against the theory of spontaneous generation of life, and so on. Really inspiring stories of people from an age where almost nothing at all was known about the natural world. It's hard to even put your mind in that frame to think that people didn't know that infections were caused by microbes. And of course, that was the reality just about 160 years ago. Those were great scientists who made those breakthroughs. At some point, I want to be just like them. There was also a book called Aerosmith by Sinclair Lewis. Aerosmith, not in the way the rock band is spelled, but A-R-R-O-W-Smith, Aerosmith. And this was a story of a young doctor with leanings toward research again in microbial science, worked on the plague. And Sinclair Lewis won a Nobel Prize for literature, maybe partly for that book, I don't know the citation. But books inspired me, history inspired me, teachers inspired me, and I wouldn't be where I am without them.
How do you think genes play a part in the immune system?
How do genes play a part?
In the immune system, or maybe enhance the immune system?
Well, genes code for proteins. Every gene codes for a different protein, or sometimes for multiple proteins. And it's those proteins that by their structural function, their enzymatic function, make up our immune system. They make up the cells that mediate immunity. They are the antibodies. Antibodies are proteins that protect us from infection by binding to microbes and destroying them or sequestering them. So genes are the blueprint for making our bodies and for making our immune system. They're everything.
As you said earlier, we only know such a small percentage of total information in the scientific world. Do you think that the rate of scientific breakthroughs shall continue, and in the future, in possibly the far distant future, we shall have a full understanding of scientific information?
It's a great question. Usually scientists follow kind of a stuttering course in any given field where a technological breakthrough allows rapid advancement and expansion of knowledge. Then there's a plateau, and it recurs. But this seems to have been happening more and more frequently. And I remember very well the time when one might expect to work his or her whole life trying to find the sequence of a protein, let's say. And that's not even a question anymore. We can interpret from the genome what the sequence of all proteins would be. And so you might say that things have sped up 1 millionfold in that regard as a result of molecular biology, sequencing technology, and so on. And these changes just don't seem to be slowing down. I would have thought there'd be a great plateau, but all throughout my career, things have been on a fairly parabolic course. What will be limiting, most definitely, is our ability to understand everything and put it all together. Nobody in the world knows everything about all biological disciplines at this point. Once there could have been such generalists who really knew most of everything about what was known about living systems. No more, not at all. Things tend to be more and more specific and fractured, and that gets to be a problem. We can try to solve this computationally, we can try to keep up, but it will be a question of how much any one person can absorb, more than how much collectively we all know.
I just wanted to ask, what drew you to immunology rather than to another biological discipline?
That's a great question. I have to say that was pure chance. It happened that I applied to a lot of labs to do a postdoctoral fellowship. I got into one lab that wasn't really an immunology lab at all. It was more focused on metabolism. It was interested in the question of wasting in chronic disease and why that occurs. And we called our protein cachectin, thinking that it caused cachexia, which means wasting. And yet I found it was inflammatory. And that was what got me committed to move in that direction, working on inflammation and innate immunity. But I could have done many other things. And when I was in medical school, I thought I really wanted to be a neuroscientist. So it's just chance that I didn't go that way. It's because Floyd Bloom, the neuroscientist I applied to, didn't take me in his laboratory. And I've reminded him of that a lot of times. I think there's time for only one more question.
Do you think that there are any sort of abstract models in the field of biology that might be susceptible to change with new evidence and new breakthroughs? Any fundamentally held biological models like there are in physics, for example?
Yes, I do think so. I'm trying to think of an example for you on the fly, but that's all part of our naivete that I was mentioning. It just happens quite regularly that things are overturned and they don't work as we thought. In immunology, we could say that we thought until recently that all you needed for an immune reaction was to have an antibody or a T cell receptor, let's say both, that are specific for the antigen. But it turns out you need something more than that as well. And, well, we're often surprised by new findings in developmental biology, in neuroscience, other fields that tend to break old norms. That is the nature of science. And maybe the last piece of advice to give with that is that if you do go the route of being a scientist and making hypotheses and working with models, always keep an open mind. Always explore without bias. Let nature tell you about things, and don't necessarily believe even very well entrenched models, because they could turn out to be wrong. Some things are probably not wrong, like DNA being the repository of genetic information for most organisms. That's true. But there are things a bit more on the surface that will turn out to be totally right. You can count on it. Thanks.
Well, it's a rare honour for us to have the opportunity to spend time with someone as preeminent as Professor Beutler. And for him to share his knowledge with us was absolutely inspiring, I hope. It certainly was for me. The two messages that, apart from the wonderful work he explained to us, that I took away from what he had to say, though, which I think is particularly pertinent for us as students and teachers here in Singapore. Professor Beutler shared with you the idea that you need to find your passion. And interestingly, that's also what Professor Smith, the exact same message he had to say. Find your passion, find what you love. To think that someone would go and get a medical degree and look back upon that as a fallback option is something which is just amazing to me. But Professor Beutler went and did what he loved, and the work that he's doing now is making a difference to the world over. The second thing he said, which is also very important, work hard. There is no substitution for hard work, whether you are studying for your IGCSE exams, your IB exams, or your HSC exams, or if you're winning a Nobel Prize. So those two messages are something that I hope you can take away for today. Someone who is at the very, very top of his profession, someone who is doing amazing work to change our world, yet those two messages are something that we can learn as well. So, Professor, thank you so much. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you.